living through a very interesting time in the world right now, because for the first time in hundreds of years, a few of us are getting to see the people behind the curtain. What I mean by that is, for the longest amount of time, our parents, our grandparents, our great-grandparents, all of that, they've all voted and thought that mattered. They all thought that the working class people determined the direction which society was going. We didn't realise that TV shows, newspaper articles, political events, all were put out in perfect time to push people to think what they want them to think. There was always a goal in mind of a digital ID, a credit system, because the people at the top, they don't want money. They have money. They want power and control. They're inhumane and evil, real evil. That's at the back of that too. A lot of people used to think that the era of the Enlightenment, atheists that came along over the last 20 years, that was just humanity evolving its intellect. The truth is, we lost a lot of our wisdom many years ago because we became so reliant on technology. The people from the past knew more about astrology and human beings and how they functioned than we do today. Getting back to grounding, they lived healthier lives. If you think you're an atheist because you're a free thinker, you're an atheist because of propaganda. In some cases, do you think that the minority of us who've been calling things out since COVID have lost our mind, have gone down the rabbit hole too far, have put too much time and effort into this and should really just relax a little bit? Well, take a look what's happening in China or the UK now. It's very close to home. The security checks, the restrictions, digital ID coming in. Because in a few years' time, let's say 4 or 5 years' time, you're sitting on your couch and you say, you know what, we really should have stood up. For the sake of our freedom and our children's futures and freedoms, maybe we should have stood up when these people called it out. Or in fact, we should have maybe looked into it a little bit, just even a tiny bit, to see if what they were saying had any credibility. Maybe it would have been worth it. Maybe we could have got down off that high horse a little bit. Maybe we could have got our head out of the Netflix world and the Call of Duty world, or stopped being in the world of going golfing and footballing with friends and realised that things are pretty grim and burying our heads in the sand won't fix it. The establishment, the state, this is why we won't vote our way out of it. So how do we do it? People power. People come together on the ground. That's how you do it. These people don't want to look after you. The colleges and schools are propaganda machines. The newspaper articles are lies, propaganda machines. What you need to realise is that it's people on the ground coming together and building together that will save it. And I don't think that we may be able to stop digital ID. But what I do know is that we can safeguard ourselves from it if we act now. So take that as a word of warning. To the people who've been calling this out over the last few years and lost friends and family, they deserve another shout, because we're not doing it against the general public. We're doing it for them.